at 10-6. That actually might be their biggest lead of the morning. Most of their leads in that first set, 2 to 3 points, got down to 1, tied up before Brookings rallied to take the first set 25-23. Back set, the swing by Fickbaum way out of bounds. No tip at the net, and it will be the Cobblers with a 5-point lead and a timeout taken by Coach Aaron Thomas of the Brookings Bobcats. Cobblers up by 5, 11-6. We're back in 1 minute on LiveTicket.tv.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or
set. The swing by Thompson. Good dig by Williamson. Back set from Dudley. Push over by Tipke. Strike will set it again, this time to Fickbaum on the far side. She hits another one out. Check that. That was Mia Mulkey. Number 9 has come in. Dakota Valley up by 7 against Hill City, 17-10. The Raiders 16-10 over Kadoka. Dakota Valley puts another one away. They lead at 18-10. That's 2 out of 3. Dakota Valley, Rapid City Stevens trying to get their sweep, and that serve is in on the ace. Even thought it was going to go out, ducked her head, fell inside the line. Cobbler lead at 7. Dudley with the ace puts Cobblers up 13-6. Dudley sends it back, and that one will go out. Even and McLaughlin both looking at each other. They both decided to let it go. Dentlinger will replace McLaughlin in the Brookings lineup. Joins the front line of Mulkey and Fickbaum. And it's Thompson on the serve. That one right down the line. Conroy to Dudley. Back to Conroy. Pushes it down the line. Flips the net. Falls in. And the Cobblers have doubled up the Bobcats here in set number 2, 14-7. Cobblers looked like they were going to pull out set 1 when they led at 23-20, but 5 straight points by the Bobcats put the Cobblers in an 0-1 deficit. Conroy's serve will be out. Didn't look like she got the hit on it that she wanted. It kind of floated, went deep. And Bobcat deficit at 6. Reagan Page will come in. Conroy sits down. Page, Williamson, and Richard on the back line awaiting the serve from Maddie Fickbaum of the Bobcats. Right-hander from the right side, sends it back. Page misplayed it a bit, free ball over. Ducat. Fickbaum gets it up front to strike. Push it over, Dudley with the dig. The set, Richard with the big swing. Even will play it though. Dentlinger puts it away for the Bobcats. Richard didn't have an angle on it, let it go. Nobody at home on the back line, and the Bobcats will be serving 9-14. Maddie Fickbaum, the 5'8" senior, set to do the duties. Handled by Williamson, a little confusion back row. Richard, that is going to be out. And double digits now for the Bobcats. They trail by 4. 14-10, Cobbler lead. The Raiders up by 8 now. They hit 20. 20-12 over Kadoka. Dakota Valley 19-11 over Hill City. Dudley sets it up front. Nobody there. Tipke has to free ball it over. Strike, back set to Dentlinger, and another block at the net. That is Ducat and Richard there. I believe it's Ducat coming up at the block, and she'll go back to serve. Cobblers back up by 5, 15-10. Rubelt comes in. Williamson will sit down. Richard, Rubelt, and Tipke the front line for the Cobblers. Ducat with the serve. Bumps that to the far side, and that will be deep. Mia Mulkey with the misfire. Cobblers lead extends to 6, 16-10. Cobblers trying to tie it up, best 2 out of 3. Winner of this will play the winner of the Cheyenne South Custer match. Cheyenne South won that first one. McLaughlin up front. Back set, the push, and that is a winner for Dentlinger. Beautiful back set by Strike. Cobblers left the near sideline open. It'll be 11 serving 16 for the Bobcats with Taylor Cunnett, 5'9" sophomore. Right-hander runs up to the line, sends it over. Richard to Dudley, and the misfire by Rubelt. She got up there and the arm didn't swing through. The ball fell to the floor and the Bobcats trail again by 4. 16-12, Cobbler leads set number 2. Sends the screamer back to Richard. Richard on the return pass from Dudley, blocked at the net. The dive, the save, free ball over by Strike. Williamson back in the lineup. Rubelt taps it over. McLaughlin plays it. Strike sets it. The swing by Even. Cobbler's a little block at the net. Dudley will set it. Richard looking for a kill and gets it finally. No. Outside the antenna, I believe. So out of bounds, and the Bobcats have cut that deficit from 5 to 3. 13 serving 16. Sends it deep. Page goes to the floor to get it. Push over by Tipke. McLaughlin to Strike. Even pushes it over. Dudley got a hand on it. Tipke to the back line. A couple of diving saves, and Tipke with the soft touch. Gets the serve back for the Cobblers along with the point. They're back up by 4, 17-13. Leistra and Shreve back on the floor. So Shreve, Richard, and Rubelt on the front line. Williamson, Page, and serving Leistra is out. So Leistra's serving continues hot and cold. Aces are outs, it seems to be, for the senior. The Bobcats will send their libero, Sloan McLaughlin, 5'3" senior, to the service line, trailing 17-14. From the left side of the court, sends it back. Almost got the ace in front of Williamson. The big swing by Richard, played, pushed over by Thompson. Back row, diving save. Cobblers keep it alive. Strike to Even. And the Cobblers can't get to it off the block in the dig. And the Bobcats trail it by a deuce, cutting into that lead, and that'll be a timeout on the floor for Rapid City Central. With a 17-15 lead in set number 2, we'll take a 30-second break on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Disappeared. They lead it by 2. 17-15. McLaughlin back to the service line. The Raiders lead Kadoka in their second set, 18-14. Raiders up 1-0 there. And Dakota Valley just defeated Hill City 25-14. So they will advance to the next round. Shreve with the big swing, the dig, the set. And that is even. Cobbler's got a hand on it at the net. Free ball over by Page. McLaughlin gets it up front. That'll be a free ball over by Strike. See if either team get their offense going here. Back set, the swing, and that is going to be off the tip. Richard with the kill. Nope. I thought they pointed the tip. The point went to the Cobblers. Instead, it's the Bobcats trailing by 1, 16-17. Rubel whiffs again on a center set, and we are tied at 17 apiece. She just mashed it yesterday. She had a couple of big swings in set number 1, but she's whiffed on a couple of them here in set number 2. McLaughlin trying to keep things going for the Bobcats. The bump by Richard, the set by Vliestra, the swing by Shreve, blocked at the net. The Cobblers will try again with Vliestra to Richard. Goes cross court. Strike will set it. Middle, Thompson, back to Williamson. Vliestra, Shreve, goes cross court off McLaughlin. One-handed save, and the Bobcats can't get to it. Great effort for the Bobcats by Taylor Conant. The Cobblers take the 18-17 lead, and Richard, very consistent, very good server. He's had a bit of an off day so far. This one will go to Conant, and the strike. Conant pushes it over. Almost got the ace. Vliestra. Rubel does not whiff on that one. She puts it away on the center set. Cobblers back up by a deuce now, 19-17. Cobblers trail 1-0. Best 2 out of 3. They need this one to keep alive. They have the number 1 seed playing probably the toughest number 8 seed you'll ever see, the Brookings Bobcats. The big swing by Even at the net, caught the cord, threw the Cobbler defense off, and the Bobcats cut the deficit back to 1. 19-18 Cobbler lead. Back on the floor for the Bobcats, I believe that is Mia Malky, number 9. Nope, 8. Maddie Fickbaum back in. Strike to serve. She closed it out with a couple of aces in the first set. That one clipped the net on the overpass. Even puts it away and brings us to even at 19 apiece. The strike trying to work her magic again. Almost had the ace, but on the overpass, Brookings comes up with the point to tie it. That one clips the net and gets the ace. So we saw Vliestra get a couple of cord aces in that first set. This time Strike using the cord to her advantage puts Bobcats up by 1, 20-19, their first lead of the second set, I believe. Cobbler started off with a 3-0 lead. That one goes deep this time to Williamson. Misfired, and Rubel couldn't come up with a miracle play, and it's a 2-point lead for Brookings. They're trying to close this thing out. The Cobblers will take a timeout. We're back in 30 on LiveTicket.tv.
It's sport utility season at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda. Shop the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned sport utilities. Save big with 0.99% APR on select certified pre-owned, 0.99. Plus, we have over 175 used SUVs available from Jeep, Honda, Ford, Nissan, Subaru, Chevy, GMC, and more. Your sport utility is here, and the time to buy is now, before the snow flies. See us at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com. It's sport utility.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
23-20 in that first set. Williamson sends a knuckleball back to Conant. Strike, back set. Even with the one-handed hit and right in the middle of the Cobbler defense. So that was just a desperation save by Even, turns into a kill and a 22-20 lead for the Bobcats. Malky has come back in. Fickbaum and Thompson also on the front line, even with the serve. Conroy with the bump, the set, the push. Dugout, Strike sets it up, and the block. There is the Cobbler defense. That's really the one thing that's kept them in both these sets has been that frontline defense. Outright Ducat and Conroy were there. Cobblers trail by a point. Dudley and Tipke back on the floor for Rapid City Central. Rapid City Stevens defeats Kadoka 25-20, so they close their match out. They and Dakota Valley will advance to play each other. Roll it over. Set by Strike. Mulkey. Great diving save by Williamson, and the Cobblers keep it alive, even up front to Strike. Middle set. Thompson, the block by Ducat. And we are tied at 22. So the Raiders advance. They will play Dakota Valley at 11:30 or thereabouts. Dudley to serve. We are tied at 22 apiece. Even pops it up. Strike will set it. Far side and into the net. That is Mulkey misfiring, and the Cobblers have come back to take a 23-22 lead, and Brookings now wants to talk about it. We'll take a 30-second break on liveticket.tv.
Fentanyl is a powerful
23-22 lead. They'll send Dudley back to the service line. On court 2, Custer and Cheyenne South. Cheyenne South leads 1-0. They lead in the second set 15-14. Winner of that plays the winner of this contest. Dudley clears the net, even with the dig. With the set, Mulkey with the swing. Dig by the Cobblers. They'll roll it over. Cobblers cannot keep it alive. We are tied at 23 apiece. Right down the net. The hit by Brookings ties it up. Thompson to serve. Dentlinger back in the lineup for the Bobcats. Sends it deep. Richard passes to Dudley. Not a good pass. Tipke kept it alive though. Strike to Mulkey. Richard with the dig. Dudley with the hustle save. Free ball over. Even. Strike. That is a one-handed save by Williamson. The Cobblers defense scrambling. Free ball it over. Even. Strike. Left side. Another dig by Williamson. Dudley with the set. The swing. The block. Williamson will try it again. Roll it over. Thompson up front to Strike. Toss it over the net. Dig by Dudley. Swing down the line and antenna shot. Conroy couldn't get it inside the antenna, and we're at set point for the Bobcats. 24-23, great rally. Cobblers scrambling on defense, could never get their offense set up, and the one time they did, a little too close to the sideline. And it will be Brookings trying to advance. And they will off the ace. So Brookings, the number 8 seed, defeats the Cobblers again, 25-23. Cobblers had leads at both of the set marks at 23 points, and the Bobcats came back both times to take 25-23 victories. So it will be Brookings playing the winner of the Cheyenne South Custer matchup. It will be Rapid City Stevens, the number 2 seed, taking on Dakota Valley, the number 4 seed. Cobblers rolled through yesterday. Luck of the draw, they pick up a number 8 seed in Brookings. Probably should have been a 4 or 5 seed, just the way the point differentials worked out. Brookings, some high-scoring matches yesterday. Cobblers had their opportunities, but Brookings came up big when they needed to, especially in the service game. They ended the first set with a couple of aces. They end set number 2 with an ace, and they will go on to the championship game. Cobblers, of course, hoping that there's going to be a championship rematch against Dakota Valley. Now the Raiders will look to do some damage to Dakota Valley. They got some big swingers on there. If you want to watch that match, that will be coming up on GoRaidersLive.com, also part of the LiveTicket.tv network. That should be at about 11:30. In the silver bracket, matches set to get underway. Lee Deadwood plays Belfouche. Todd County against Douglas. St. Thomas More take on Mapaya-Luta. And Hot Springs against Lakota Tech. That's going to wrap it up for me here from the volleyball tournament. I'm going to head over to O'Hare Stadium And at 2 o'clock on liveticket.tv, GoCobblersLive.com, we will have Rapid City Central against Harrisburg in the first game of the Rushmore Bowl. We'll follow that up on GoRaidersLive.com, also on liveticket.tv, as Rapid City Stevens takes on the Sturgis Raiders. Tom Anderson thanking you all for tuning in and watching Cobbler Volleyball today and yesterday at the tournament on GoCobblersLive.com, part of liveticket.tv.
Synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Old Man Winter is right around the corner. Is it time to upgrade your ride? We've got a great selection of used 4x4 trucks and sport utilities at Danny Emanuel Toyota. Snow-busting 4x4s and all-wheel drives, domestics and imports, plus the area's best selection of...